Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stormworks update video. I hope you're all well and staying safe. So the devs have gone and given us the next clue to the next major update here in Stormworks. Now before we get started, if you're enjoying these videos, comment below anything else you'd like to see in any of my future videos. While you're there, don't forget that like and subscribe button and make a little bell icon to be notified of my upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. So with all said, let's get straight into it and see what was announced this week. So getting started, the devs have already given us a few hints at the features that are coming our way. From the career update and scripting, followed along with first-person ropes, hoses and cables, to where they have confirmed handheld items in-game 2 weeks ago. And moving on to this week, where they have announced another 2 items along with several extra features. Now starting off with 2 brand new items they have announced. Devs have confirmed the addition of the first aid kit and the Liberator, both of which will be first-person equipment. They have specified that the first aid kit will be used to restore players' health while in-game instead of before, where players needed to return to their bases and sleep in their beds for this to happen. Along with this, the Liberator was also announced. This will now allow players to be able to revive each other while out in the world of Stormworks. Now, of course, this also brings a new player state of incapacitation, where players can now drown or become seriously injured and move into the state before dying. This would now allow players to then use the Liberator to revive each other instead of respawning at their base. Now they did mention that players will have the option to choose whether to wait for another player to revive them or to die and respawn the base. However, they haven't given any specifics or any extra details about this, where we might see that it might be a time-based system where players could then wait for a certain period before dying, or even players might get the option of waiting only if other players are within a certain distance of them. However, both of these can't be confirmed, we can't give any more details, and we'll just have to wait and see in the next major update to see how the devs have implemented this new feature. So moving on from these new items and new player state, the devs also announced that there will be a new hospital system in-game. No longer will these be predefined on islands and only being used during missions, but rather where players can now set zones, whether this be at their base or at islands or on actual creations, where players might actually be able to go and restore health and provide medical assistance to other players while in-game. They also mentioned that this new hospital system will be using the new mission scripting feature, where players will be able to set these areas via the missions and even script them to work within missions, and in turn creating a much more in-depth and rich experience for players while out in the world of Stormworks. Now, of course, to everyone's disappointment, we still don't have any hint of a date for these new features, and the devs also mentioned there are several other minor updates coming our way, so I can only guess that we'll have to wait a little bit longer before we can expect to see this next major update hit us. So I'm super excited and can't wait to see what else the devs have up their sleeves for the next coming weeks. But with that said, I'd love to hear your comments below, and also let me know what else you would like added in the next major update. So with that week's announcement concluded, I hope you all enjoyed it and found it entertaining and informative as always, and we'll see you in the next one.